If you're talking long distance and high volume, trains beat the shit out of belts, and it's not even close. The trains, you cannot reach 100% efficiency on 1200 belts. No, you're wrong. That's why you do this. Look at what I have. Look at it. This stores up. 2 belts store into this when there's not a train docking. As soon as a train docks, these cut off, and then the storage dumps into the single belt. You can absolutely get 1200. Absolutely. You just have to make sure that 1200 are going in at the train entrance on the other side, and that you are sending enough trains. This is why you do it. I did it with 780 belts. I did 4 train stations of 10 car trains across the map on the same train track, and each train station had 13 trains running the loop, and I got 780 permanently. I'll load up the save if you want to see it. I'll do it. It's not my fault. You know what? This is an experiment. We have to see how well the Star Wars save plays under 1.2. We just don't know. How do we know? We don't know. By the way, this save, anybody can open it. They can get to it on my Discord. It's available for free for anybody. The Empire. See how long it takes to load.
Later that same evening.
This save has a lot of objects. I was not careful with my signs. You guys think I have a lot of signs in the cyberpunk city?
One eternity later.
I pushed the limit. Oh, okay, he's here. I'm messing with you. I talk aggressively, but I'm just messing around. So it's 40 belts going one direction and 40 belts coming back the other direction. Here we go. A little bit more detail on it being one belt. Yeah, uh-oh. There we go. Finish loading. Like, let's turn on the FPS. Right when I load, it freezes and then it frees up. Let's turn on the FPS. And remember, I've got a much better computer now than I did when I played this. But I think the optimizations from 1.2 really help, because the reason that this killed my save are these train blueprints. Like this, I can't believe how nice this feels. So this is the Imperial Archive from Rogue One. This is all this does is package water. And it sends the trains along the way. Now, I don't know if I ever got this perfectly balanced and efficient, but it's pretty close. So basically, it has to come in here and drop off the empty canisters. All right. And then it has to pick up the packaged water. But I have everything pausing and waiting to spread them out. But here's your full belts. Of course, this is the packaging side. So they're storing up in here to go into the train. So this doesn't have to be perfect, but ideally it would be. There's a couple of little gaps, but that's the balancing that's happening over here. And it's, like I said, it's not perfect. But that's not a train limitation. That's it's a packaging balancing problem. I've learned a lot about belt balancing doing this, but there's still some issues. But here, let's go up here. Actually, the best place to see this is not here. It's on the other side of the map. Let's take a launcher. Where's the launcher hole? I can't remember. I guess we can look at we need to look at the blueprints. Guys, this used to be so laggy. This was like 8 frames a second. Yeah, there's more up here. Oh, I gotta show you guys the back. Oh, I forgot about this. We built this on my birthday. I have a light side and dark side factory cart fighting. This looks insane. This is just the first factory. All this does is package water. But to be fair, it does package a lot of water. I've never seen it rain in well, actually, I did see it rain in Star Wars City. Those are my water packagers. 64 pipes, I think. If I remember correctly. I remember. All right, we're done. We gotta go on to the next place. We gotta turn the fog back on so we have ambiance. I made little huts with markers, 600, so I knew what they were pumping at. There's another truck hut. All right, there she is in the distance, boys. Bum, 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 bum. Gotta be careful. Disney will come after me. I haven't even talked to you guys about the craziest part of this yet. By the way, we're gonna stop off at this because this over here is one of the things that I'm most proud of, and it's very subtle compared to the rest of this save. I didn't talk about the one train thing. I promise I will. I was gonna say something. This right here, this inclined curved slope, this took me a long time to figure out how to make. This is incredibly difficult. I haven't talked about the craziest part. And yes, that's a Jedi temple. It looks really good in the mist. The craziest part about the Super Star Destroyer build is that there's no belts or pipes or trains running to it. I am processing 100% of the oil on the map. And all the water that's needed. There's 10,400 oil per minute and 34,000 water per minute. And then 44,000 empty canisters from both of those coming back. And I'm doing it all with drones. Now, admittedly, I never really got the drones working at 100%. There are balancing problems and balancing issues, but it's working pretty well. So these are all the drones, and they fly over, and there's the Super Star Destroyer over there is. I'm sad that maybe I'll come back and I couldn't play the save anymore, guys. It was 8 frames a second. But 1.2 has changed all that. All right, let's talk about this train. Well, first of all, let's look at this train spiral. This is one giant train spiral. It goes up 1 meter every quarter turn. Uh-oh, autosave. Oh my God. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. You guys have no idea. It took 20 minutes to save this in update 8. It took 20 minutes and it happened in 8 seconds. I literally can't believe what I just saw. Here's my pipe spiral. How does it make you feel? It makes me feel like I should come back in and fix this save. It makes me feel like I need to come back. That's how it makes me feel. Here's the magic. The problem, the sad part is that use isn't. See, these are all jammed. There was a time when all of this was flowing, you guys, and I'm sad that I can't show it to you. You see all these jams? These lights? These were all flowing, and they're all jammed right now. It really makes me sad. This is 40 belts of 780 per minute. But the thing that I really like, and we'll get to the Superstar Destroyer. This is my Senate. See his doggo still here? There he is. Hey, buddy. Emperor Binks. He became emperor. Those are his 2 lackeys. And it was Misa the whole time. That's his pedestal. This was really a pain in the ass to make. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm happy with the inside. I was never happy with the outside. I mean, you can see how much better my Cyberpunk City stuff got. It's all these drones are circling. There's I bet you I could fix this with Mark 6 belts. I could fix this with Mark 6 belts. That's my main problem. It's all belt balancing. Yeah, they all ran out of fuel. They get stuck over here and then they circle until they run out of fuel. I had to turn off all the lights because the lights, yeah, all these machines aren't working. Look at all these belts, you guys. This was so much work. I could fix this with Mark 6 belts. There's a bug. Those drones were not working. These belts should be full. And so what the problem is there's no self-correcting mechanisms in here. And so one problem kind of propagates through. And I started to build belt balancers and stuff, but there's something wrong with the drones in terms of like, it's not great. Yeah, I could go through and give them all fuel and stuff. I probably was doing that. I don't know. I don't remember, but we got it sort of working, but then it just kind of like degraded. The biggest problem is the drones just don't quite work. So, but I can tell you I am extremely happy with how it turned out, like the shape and stuff. Yeah, it does. All right, did I adequately explain your one belt only question, Elegant Wiz? And then there is a Jedi temple over here, but it's not that good. Looks like a Lego set. That's all you have to do. One belt per car, you're good to go. And you use the storage to act as a buffer.